Hello friends at home. In this video, I'm going to tell you what to do on this word family sentences page. Now, if you look through your folder, you might have noticed that there are actually 3 pages like this that you'll be doing this week. Today we are doing the sentences number 1. So make sure when you go through your folder and pull out this page that yours says number 1. Because if you have number 2 or number 3, you're going to be a little confused as I go over what to do. So the first thing I do is always the same. You'll take out your pencil and write down your name. Now, this week we have been talking about the long I sound. You will notice when you get onto Vocabulary Spelling City and do your spelling practice this week that all of our spelling words this week have the long I sound. Here in the classroom this morning, we talked about 3 different ways that we can make that long I sound. One of the ways that we talked about was with the Y all by itself. We have heard many, many times that the vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. This week, you're practicing that sometimes Y is a vowel. So for example, when we put Y all by itself, and there aren't any other vowels, it becomes a vowel, but it doesn't make the Y sound. It makes the I sound. And some of our examples in our words this week are words like my and try. When we see that Y all by itself, it makes the long I sound. Another spelling pattern that we talked about and we'll be learning this week for the long I sound is I-E. I often sing the little jingle, when 2 vowels do the walking, the first one does the talking. What do I mean by that? When you see I-E together, go with the first one, I. So for example, I love my apple pie. All right, when I told my son that it was time to put away his Paw Patrol toys and go up to bed, he cried. That I-E says I. And then the other spelling pattern that we're working on this week that makes that long I sound, and this one is so weird to me, I don't know who came up with this, is I-G-H. Now when we look at it, sometimes it makes our eyes go a little crossed and crazy because we're like, Igaha. What in the world is Igaha? But you have to teach your brain. It's one of those you have to learn by heart. You have to learn that when you see I-G-H together, it doesn't say Igaha. It makes one sound, I. Okay? That's one you have to teach your brain. Just like you have to teach your brain that the TH says and the CH says ch and the SH says shh. You have to teach your brain when you see I-G-H, it says I, okay? So now that we've talked about the different ways to make that long I sound, and another way would be with our magic E, which we know that whenever we put a magic or a silent E on the end of a word, it makes whatever vowel is in the word say its name. So for example, if I had the word Tim, T-I-M, and I put the magic E after it, it would become time, right? If I had fin, like a fish fin, and I put the E after it, it would become fine, right? So that's another way to make that long I sound. You would think, you know what, in a language that they would come up with one way to make the sound, but that'd be too easy, right? So we're looking for spelling patterns today. So on this paper, boys and girls at home, you should have it out in front of you. Boys and girls in the classroom, you'll get it in just a moment. You're going to practice your reading, practice your decoding skills. Remember, as you read, look for the sounds you already know. Then try to figure out the sounds you don't know. As you read, if you get to a word you're not sure of, I don't want you to skip it and never come back. But I want you to read the rest of the sentence and see if you can figure out what that word is based on the rest of the sentence. You're going to take a marker or a highlighter. If you don't have a marker or a highlighter, you can use a colored pencil or a crayon. But what we're going to be doing is highlighting anytime we see long I words. We do this a lot in our phonics books where you highlight the different spelling patterns. That's what this sheet is all about. But I don't want you to just go through and look for the long I words. I want you to practice reading the sentences. You're almost second graders now, so you should be getting really good at decoding. Okay? So you go through and you say the sound. So this first sentence, after the drive, so I'm going to highlight drive because that's a long I word. May I please go down the slide? Oop, there's another one. So I've highlighted both of the long I words. And then you'll read the next one. The taste of the pie made me smile. You see what I'm doing? So you'll go through, read the sentence, highlight the long I words in each sentence. Okay? Friends at home, you'll upload a picture when you're done. Friends in the classroom, you'll turn them into me so then I can get you all some points in the grade book. All right? See you later, friends at home.